Yes, that's what's really shocking. What's fascinating to me about this, Natalie, is that it wasn't so long ago that that people who went around wearing masks all day long in advanced Western societies were considered to be weird. Michael Jackson, the late pop star, was the most famous person of it. He went around wearing a surgical mask and he died at 50, so it didn't actually work out for him. I'm not saying correlation is causation. But what I find interesting is that within a very short space of time, we were somehow able to persuade all the nice people, all the people who listen to the BBC, all the respectable people, that somehow, without any evidence whatsoever, masks were a prudent, responsible response to COVID. And it turns out there's no evidence for that.
Well, that's what's so ridiculous about the mask mandates, because they enforce them so intensely, so stringently. You know, at first it was only supposed to be 15 days to slow the spread in the United States. It turned into what seems to be now probably like 15 years. But the science hasn't been there from the beginning. And the scientific process, right, is about questioning and being able to actually get to the bottom of data and evidence and analysis. But it really seems that these so-called public health experts, really in lockstep from country to country, just adopted these mask mandates, not based on science, but really based on power. And I think that that gets to something that I know I've been talking a lot about with you, but just more broadly in general, which is that it doesn't seem that these public safety measures have been created to actually help or defend public safety. It's really been about just, I think, expanding the power of these public safety, public health bureaucrats. And in reality, there's no accountability for them because the methods that they've been pushing, study after study, again, those that don't have conflicts of interest, those that aren't funded by Anthony Fauci or the British government, seem to be showing a very, very different line than what we're hearing from the so-called authoritative voices up at the podium.